said it all. Sex in dreams are somewhat common, and there's somewhat of shame in talking about those things. So you find that a lot of people don't really feel comfortable discussing those things. But these things that people experience, especially when there's some kind of opening that has taken place, either through access to pornography or having sexual relations with somebody that is already entangled in some of these things. Because sex is a very how would I say it? Is a very potent conduit for covenants to be enacted, right? And if somebody is already kind of entangled in I call it, so for instance, let me give an example. So somebody had a dream in which he saw himself going to like a riverine area. He got to that place. Then it was like a village came down. They led him to a hut. There's a woman inside the hut, an old woman, and she's bare-chested, so her breasts are open. And then the man goes to kneel down to put his mouth on her nipple, and then he wakes up. Now,
that's a major demonic stuff going on there.
So, so
the spirit is already praying. Please go ahead, man of God.
So he shared the dream with me, and I knew that there's something going on there, but not necessarily sure of what exactly the dream was talking about. Now, I think about a week later, I and this person were at a party. There are other people there, and then he brings the dream up. I had this dream, or this. Then one of the people there said, this is the initiation ritual for this tribe in Nigeria.
Look at that.
So the dream was referencing something specific. Now, what is the kicker? The kicker is that he had recently had sexual relations with somebody from that tribe.
Woo!
So the dream was revealing the entry into of a covenant. And I say this a lot of times, that there are things we see in dreams. The fact you don't understand it does not mean that thing is not a real thing. It is a real thing somewhere that people do, or is a real thing somewhere that represents something. But we may be none the wiser. And I don't think I know God allowed me to see this thing to where I got to, because I happened to be at the party with him to hear the person give that insight, which helped me to now have a full picture of what that interaction really meant in that dream. So, but how did he enter into that? Because this same person had another dream in which he had a big house, and then people came to that house and cleared everything in the house. Now, how did all of these things come about? Through sexual relations with a person where a covenant is enacted in his life, which gave legal access for the enemy to begin to rob him of his things.
Yeah.
Exactly. Spiritually. And it began to show in his life. He began to struggle. So these things are real.
So, Oti, so just one night. One moment in time. You see, because you see, in movies, they make it look like, let's just forget about everything else, shut the world out, and just one night together. So one night like this, his brother's destiny has tied to a demonic breast. This is a serious issue, Oti. No, this is a very serious issue.
Yeah.
Somebody says a satanic granny. Now, okay, because, God, Oti, we have too much to say.